They say hunger doesn't care about politics. But right now, in Gaza, politics is all that's standing between children and food. Aid agencies are sounding the alarm, again, warning that parts of Gaza are on the brink of full-blown starvation. And this time, the language they're using is urgent, brutal, and clear. A famine is imminent. What's happening in Gaza? Why is food not reaching civilians? And will global pressure force Israel to lift the blockade? Gaza, home to more than 2 million people, has been under an Israeli blockade for over 17 years. But since the war reignited in October 2023, that blockade has turned deadly. According to the World Food Programme and the World Health Organization, over 500,000 people in Gaza are now facing catastrophic food insecurity. That's a technical term for starvation-level hunger. Families are surviving on one meal a day, if that. Children are eating leaves. Some newborns are dying because their mothers can't produce milk due to malnutrition. The Gaza Health Ministry says over 30 children have died from starvation in recent months, and many more are silently wasting away. Here's the issue: there is aid ready to enter. Trucks full of food, medicine, and water are sitting at the border crossings. But Israeli restrictions and military checks are either delaying or denying access. The UN Relief and Works Agency reports that only a tiny fraction of what's needed is getting in. In May, Israel pledged to open new corridors and ease restrictions, but aid groups say they've seen no real change. To make things worse, aid convoys are regularly attacked. Just last week, a UN food convoy came under fire in northern Gaza, halting deliveries for days. The WHO described the situation as a siege on health and hope. This week, top officials from the UN, WHO, Red Cross, and Oxfam made a rare joint statement. Israel must allow unimpeded humanitarian access to Gaza, now. Even the United States, a key ally of Israel, is feeling the pressure. Secretary of State Antony Blinken recently called the humanitarian situation unacceptable and urged Israel to do more to facilitate aid. Meanwhile, public protests are growing across the US, Europe, and the Arab world. Activists accuse Israel of using food as a weapon of war, a violation of international law. Israel, however, denies this, blaming Hamas for operating in civilian areas and obstructing some aid efforts. The world is watching. The UN has warned that Gaza could face a full-blown famine by August if the situation doesn't drastically improve. Children are already dying. Aid is being choked. And the blockade remains in full force. Will the mounting global outrage finally force a breakthrough? Or is Gaza heading toward a humanitarian disaster unlike anything we've seen in decades? We'll continue to follow this story closely. Subscribe to stay informed with honest, human-centered reporting on what matters most.